What is going on, everyone? I didn't really want to do this video, to be honest. I think it's about 4 days after the final. Didn't want to do this video. I really didn't want to do it. I think that final, it broke me. That was a heartbreaking loss for Manchester City, and you know what? We deserve to lose. We deserve to lose because we didn't play good enough. And I think all the blame has to go to the manager. As much as I said in my last video, don't turn on the manager, and I still stand by that. I don't think the manager should leave. People were calling for his head after the game, and I think that's totally reactionary. I think the manager's totally good enough to stay, but that loss is just totally on the manager, man. He lost us that final. We had a team that was a lot better than Chelsea's. We had the class. And we've shown that class against PSG, one of the best squads in the world, and we outclassed them over two legs. But to get beat by Chelsea again, we were not even beat by them. We were just totally outplayed. It's just really not good enough. I'm just gonna go into the stats here. We had more possession, of course. We had more possession. I mean, against a team like Chelsea, who like to win the ball off you and break. We of course we're gonna have more possession, but let me get on to the most shocking stat out of all of them. 1 shot on target in 90 minutes. That's just not good enough, Man City. That's not good enough at all. How can you have 1 shot on target in 90 minutes in a Champions League final? Let me just put this into perspective for you here. We've had the most attempts in the Champions League this season. We've had the most attempts on target in the Champions League this season. We've scored the second most goals in the Champions League. How is it acceptable that we have only had 1 shot on target in 90 minutes against a team? Chelsea are a very good team, don't get me wrong, but we should be creating more. We are a better team than Chelsea. On paper, we have a better man for man. We have a better team than Chelsea, and the fact that we only had 1 shot on target, it's just not good enough. But credit where it's due for Chelsea. I think they were unbelievable. Kante, like I said, I was scared of him, and I had a reason to be because he just shut down our attacks time and time again. Jorginho, again, excellent defensive display from him. The 3 centre-backs, even when Thiago Silva went off injured, Christensen stepped up, Rudiger really stepped up, Azpilicueta, and Mendy as well, the keeper. They all wanted to win this game, and we just looked scared. We looked scared. I think it's a learning curve for us. It's a big learning curve because that's really heartbreaking, but we need semi-finals next year, minimum. That's my opinion. Minimum expectation for next season is semi-finals, because with the team that we have, to be putting out a performance like that, it's not good enough. I don't mind losing. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind losing. Losing is a part of the sport. It's when we lose, when we play like that. Losing when we just go out with a whimper, not with a bang, is not good enough. That's not who we are. That's not really our identity. On to the event of the game. I think we started okay. We started well. We had that chance with Sterling early on, but Sterling doing what Sterling does best, and he messed it up. Speaking of Sterling, I don't know where I stand on Sterling. I'm very torn between selling him or giving him another chance. But after thinking about it, I'm going to give him 1 more year. I think we can't really be too hasty to sell a player of his quality. So I really do think he deserves 1 more year. 1 more year to prove himself. If he doesn't prove himself in that 1 year, I think he needs to go. I think, again, the manager, he messed up, man. He messed up badly. Why are you playing Raheem Sterling in the first place? He shouldn't even be starting in that team. He should not be starting. The way he's played in the last 2 months has not warranted a start. If you're going to play anyone off the bench, just play Jesus, play Torres, play someone who was actually being a bit decent in the last few games. Not Sterling. He was being our worst attacker in the last 2 months. Again, another thing from the manager. Why are you playing Gundogan as a holding midfielder. You know he hasn't played there in about 2 years now. You know he can't defend. Secondly, he can't defend. And against the Chelsea, especially against the counter-attack, as ruthless as Chelsea, he cannot defend. And you're playing him in the holding midfield role when he's so crucial in our build-up. It's just too risky. And his gamble did not pay off. And he did it again. He overthought it, did his overthinking business. It was I saw an interesting analogy on Pep's selection for the team. I think it was paralysis by analysis. And I think the amount of overthinking that he did, playing Sterling, playing Gundogan in his wrong position, playing Foden in the middle when he should be out wide, playing De Bruyne up front, knowing that against Everton he put in one of his best games of the season. To play him up front, not even as a false nine, up front as a traditional striker, against a team like Chelsea, with a really strong defence like theirs, it's not good enough from them. But it's just a really I was broken. I didn't want to do a review on Sunday, to be honest. I didn't even want to do it because I was too heartbroken and I was ill on Monday and Tuesday, so I couldn't really do any of that. But it's a learning curve for us, and I do think we'll come back stronger. I've said it many times, we will win the Champions League by 2030, in the next decade. There's no way that we can't win it, but that is a big blow, man. It's heartbreaking. The fact that we went all the way to the final. I thought Pep learned from these things. After we overcame our quarter-final hoodoo. We even beat PSG in the semi-finals, but in the final we just didn't have the mentality. I guess we didn't really have what it takes, and I don't think really it's the players didn't have what it takes. I think it's the manager who didn't know, didn't have what it takes to win the Champions League, and. We'll win many trophies under Guardiola, but the Champions League is the one we need the most, and I think every City fan can agree on that. The Champions League is the one we need the most, and I think we will come back stronger next season. But it's been your boy Ryan. Let's just hope that England win the Euros and we sign some big players in the transfer market next season. Anyways, like, subscribe. Peace.